Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and this is my full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Now if you haven't seen my earlier videos, there are some links underneath this video and that'll take you to my first look as well as some speed tests on this device. Now I've used this for about a week now and it's been a nice experience. There are some negative points which I'm going to cover off first, then I'm going to show you some of the features and then I'm going to give you my final opinion. So those negative points first of all. Well, underneath this back cover we've got a 3100 milliamp hour battery. That should last a long time, but it's driving a big device, 5.5 inch screen on the Galaxy Note 2, and I've been finding that with medium use it will last a whole day, but if you're going up to heavy use you will struggle getting through a whole day on a full charge. Now it has obviously got the beauty of being able to remove this back cover to install another battery, so you could carry a spare around with you, so that's a positive point. But overall I did expect this 3100 milliamp hour battery to perform a little bit better. Second negative point, this is a flimsy cover. Once it's installed on the back of the Galaxy Note 2 it does feel okay, but let me show you what I mean. I push all of these clips in to reinstall the back and I still find that some of them pop out. So maybe that's just with my one, but I still find that this isn't the sort of fit and finish I would expect from what is a £500 or £500 plus device. So not 100% happy with how this back cover fits. It just seems a little bit too tight, but at least once it is on, if you can get all the clips to stay in, then it is absolutely fine. What I would probably look at doing if I was buying a Galaxy Note 2 is maybe at some stage down the road look for a better quality back cover for this. It is primarily plastic and the overall sort of build quality of it's acceptable, but again for that sort of price point I would have liked a little bit more in terms of build quality. But it is fine, it's not a deal breaker, don't get me wrong. Now let's look at some of the features. What have I been enjoying about this as well? Well, first of all, one of the big features of the Galaxy Note 2 is the S Pen, which lives in this little hole down here, and when you pull it out it automatically sort of recognises that you're using the S Pen and it brings up this S Pen interface, so we can start a new note and tap on the new note area. And the really nice thing about this as well is when I'm inputting text with the pen, it gives me a little writing area down the bottom here, and you don't even have to be very careful with your handwriting. So let's do this. We will start writing here. So this is a test of the Galaxy. Okay, so it didn't do the first word very well. Let's just try that again. Let's go down a line. This is a test of the, we wait for it to catch up, then we do a space, Galaxy, let's just bring it a little bit nearer for you, Note 2. And there you can see that second time it has changed that into editable text very accurately indeed. And this little panel here pops up in lots of different applications, not just the S Note application. Even when you're doing things like Google searches, you can write in this area down here. It does a whole lot more besides what I've just shown you there, but that certainly gives you an idea of what you're going to get when using the S Pen. And of course you can draw and doodle as well, not just enter text with it. When we put the S Pen back in, this interface automatically disappears and you're back to your normal home screen. How cool is that? Very pleased with how this is performing. So let's have a little look at a couple of other features. So we've got the internet obviously. This is the Samsung site. Now this admittedly is a mobile version of their site, but it's beautiful to use on this 5.5 inch screen. Very nice indeed. Let's go to the Geekanoids website. So we're going to go back to entering text with the on-screen keyboard and we go to Geekanoids. So let's just tap on that. Now this is full website. You can see the YouTube videos loading on my website as well. The text you can just about read. So it's perfectly readable without pinching to zoom in, but of course you can pinch to zoom and zoom in on that text if you want to read it. and the text is nice and clear. Very, very nice and crisp, and it's very responsive to pinching, scrolling, zooming, everything you'd want from a browsing experience. Now let's just tap on one of the videos and we can play the video back in the browser. And there we go, there's the video playing back. We can of course go full screen on this video if we want as well, so let's do that. Still buffering the video by the looks of things. There we go. So we can go up to full screen, tap the full screen icon and move it round into landscape mode, and then we've got a full screen video playing back. Let's move this on, perhaps to here. Video experience on this and video playback, very, very nice indeed. Lovely screen for viewing back videos. Both the size and the 1280 by 720 resolution is just designed for video consumption. So that's playing back a video from the browser in its own sort of full size window. Let's go back to the home screen and let's just go into my gallery. So we've got a video playing in the gallery here. Let's get the S Pen out again. Let's tap on the video and we can actually hover on this timeline of the video and tap on another point. So we're just hovering the pen over, not touching the screen, and it gives us this little thumbnail that we can then tap on and actually play the video back from that point. That is really nice. We can also do pop-out video, so we can tap the pop-out button here if it works. There we go, and the video pops out. We can then go on to perhaps our home screen and this video will continue playing. We can pinch to zoom in and out and play it back at different sizes. We can move it around on the screen. We can go back to our main home screen and let's start that playing again. And now we're playing a video in a little pop-out window on our home screen. Not quite sure how useful that is, but it does work. Let's go back into the gallery again. So we go back into the gallery and let's go back one and we look at our images instead of our videos. Now, I was a little bit disappointed at this. It does work, but I didn't quite see the point of it. When we hover the pen over the photos, they sort of zoom out to give us a little tiny bit larger view of the photo. Let me give you a close-up look at that. So it gives us a good preview of the photo, but that preview should take up a lot bigger space. It's not really zooming it up much in size. And then if we want to view the photo full size, we can tap on it. We can also obviously turn around into landscape mode and view it back in landscape mode as well. The camera on this, perfectly acceptable, 8 megapixel camera, and the video capture acceptable as well. Not quite on par with the iPhone 5, but good enough. Very, very pleased with how the camera's been performing. And the screen, again, for previewing your photos back, it doesn't flicker in real life. This is just because you're watching a video capture of this. Really, really vivid colours, a lot of detail, great contrast. You will not be disappointed with the screen on the Galaxy Note 2. So what else have I been using on this? Well, email, absolutely fine. I'll give you a little look at the email here. As you can see, my email list. Super slick email interface. This is running 4.1 Jelly Beans. You've got all the latest features when it comes to all of the apps on here. I've also been using Evernote, which is like a note-taking application, and you can create notes and synchronize them across devices. I've got a little list here that, because we're getting a puppy, I've got a little tick list that I want to sort of get things, and I can synchronize this with other people, perhaps other members of the family, and when they make changes, it appears on my device as well. And I can do this between my Galaxy Note 2, my iPad, my Mac, my PC, whatever sort of device you're using, including a browser version of Evernote as well. So this works extremely well. That's one of the main applications I've been using on the Galaxy Note 2, as well as things like TweetDeck, Maps, etc. So, the Galaxy Note 2, can I recommend it? Well, I'm going to give you a big shock here in this video. I've obviously got the iPhone 5, had the iPhone 5 2 or 3 weeks now since launch, and this excites me more than the iPhone 5. Yes, you've heard it here. The iPhone 5 is a beautiful device, but the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 has certainly given me a lot to think about, because I find myself wanting to pick this up and just explore what it does a little bit more. I think it's a combination of the large screen, the much nicer sort of media playback on this than the iPhone 5 because of the size of the screen, and also the novelty factor of that S Pen. Now I say novelty factor, I've been finding the S Pen a lot more usable on this than I did on the Galaxy Note 10.1. So, would I buy one of these? Well, I think the asking price at the moment is just a little tiny bit too rich for me. That's not to say it's not worth the £500 plus asking price for an unlocked version of this in the UK. Probably more to do with the fact that I've got the iPhone 5 and the iPad as well. Can I justify having yet another device? I think when this comes down to around about the £400 mark or £420, something like that, I will snap one of these up. I think it's super productive. It's not too big in the hand. It's not too big in the pocket. And it does a lot more than you'd want from a normal mobile phone. A lot of people call these phablets. I think they're right in calling it a big mobile phone. It is almost like a little mini sort of tablet, but it works wonderfully. The screen is brilliant, battery life's acceptable, and the features are absolutely awesome. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.